Gang, gang. Gang, gang. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. Good, I'm back. What's some more boxing? What's up with everybody? We back. We gotta talk about some things. My phone's about to die. Let me charge that. Make sure you smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you'd like to sign up, I'm Disney Ego. If you'd like to sign up for ESPN Plus, link in the description to all my videos. Helps the channel. Surely would appreciate that. ESPN Plus, LeBron has a show on there. The Boardroom. They have UFC. This week, there's a pay-per-view. Top Rank, Crawford Khan. Use the link in the description. All this stuff helps the channel grow. Give you guys more and more and more. Also, Box Fan Expo, Canelo versus Jacobs. Jacobs had a media day. You know, I got to be honest. Jacobs is my guy, too. That's a good fight. I love the fight. Promotion has been pretty abysmal for that particular fight. Like, I felt like when the fight was announced, I was actually covering, I don't know, maybe Broner Pacquiao. I don't really remember. But I randomly, looked online and seen Canelo had posted it on his Twitter account. And then there was a real big buzz. I made a video and it, got real good views. People were rushing to the video to comment and stuff. But I think DAZN kind of like they let the momentum like go down. Like, I have no doubt the fight's gonna be good. Make sure you guys get the Box Fan Expo tickets. That's another good event. It's working kind of in conjunction the same day, so it's just gonna be a full day of boxing. But promotion wise, like, okay, first of all, Danny Jacobs had a media day. And I don't even know, I haven't really been, I've been doing some plumbing stuff, fixing this toilet, getting everything right. But from the little bit that I was on YouTube, I didn't really see that many people dropping content about that. Like, I don't know. Again, I haven't been like heavy on the internet today because I've just been running around. But I didn't see too many people dropping Jacobs media stuff. And it's a shame because, like I said, it's a good fight. And I don't know what happened with the promotion, though, to be honest. Dion Washington, how do DAZN think they will get subscribers instead of putting the money behind the biggest fight in the history today? That's a good question. See, this is the type of stuff that I've been bringing up from day one on the front line. Simple questions. This is not like my channel is people get in their feelings like Drake and say, Kiki, do you love? I don't have a problem with none of these people. I'm here for the growth of the sport of boxing. Whether you believe that or not, that's your business. But, I just call it like I see. It's not to maim or frame anybody. So if I see a promotion doing a great job, like I think Fox did a good job with, for the first time getting back into boxing in a long time, I think they did a good job with Spence Garcia. People watched the Face Off. They had the little series, and that was the very first one. So, the bigger the fights or the more they keep doing it, they can keep, they put energy into it. I remember, being with my pops watching like football games, and then they were talking about Spence. Dallas Cowboys game, they had Mikey Garcia on the field. They have Spence on the field. That's all promotion. Look at what PBC and CBS did with Deontay Wilder, who this video is about. And we're going to talk to him in the man of the hour in a minute. They had him on the Final Four March Madness game. Some of you guys don't care or, refuse to give credit. That's good promotion. I don't care what nobody's talking about. That is good promotion. They said the particular game that he was a part of, where he had a little say-so in between, the little intermission interview, had an average of 13.77 million people that watched it. Name somebody on DAZN who had that many eyes on them. You know what I'm saying? 13. Game of Thrones just broke records for HBO boxing by the most streamed show or some shit like that, and it did not that much over that, 13.77. But that's real good because HBO is a premium channel, and Game of Thrones is popping. You know, I don't watch it, but that just goes to show you if they're breaking HBO streaming records. Game of Thrones season 8 premiere watched by a record 17.4 million viewers. So Wilder on free TV, which is obviously different than premium, you know, HBO's winning. They winning with that Game of Thrones shit. But Game of Thrones, they set a record for HBO. So keep in mind, HBO had The Wire, HBO had Boardwalk Empire, True Blood. They had classic shows like The Sopranos. And this Game of Thrones season 8 premiere was watched by a record-breaking 17.4 million viewers. So Wilder on free TV, which again is different than a premium network like HBO, I'm just going to show you that's a lot of visibility. 13.77 million. So this is, you know, 4 million less than what Game of Thrones, a much anticipated show on a premium network, did. And 13.7 was the average. I don't even know what the Final Four game peaked at. You know, so new media, we just busting that ass. We working. Don't care what old media is talking about because we just one by one slaughtering them. The stuff they say doesn't make sense. It doesn't hold any weight, doesn't hold any merit, and it doesn't hold up. So we just gonna keep doing our thing, keep rocking with your boy. You know, 2019 is looking great. But all that dumb shit that they talking about, nobody knows Wilder in America, and people in front of New York delis don't know who Wilder is. Well, guess what? 13.77 million people had the opportunity to see him. Meanwhile, DAZN, who said that Showtime, where Wilder's next fight, they said Showtime boxing will follow the trend of HBO boxing and get out of the boxing business in a year. That was in October of last year. I remember the date. So they only have a few more months, you know, to make that true. Eddie Hearn said that. That's a direct quote. He says they'll be out of here basically in a year. So he said that last October. Where's that at? Because it's already, this year's going by pretty fast. It's already April. So he has till May, June, July, August, September, October. He got 6 months. He got half a year. So Showtime is going out of business, you know, or getting out of the boxing business in 6 more months, according to Eddie Hearn. You tell me who's winning. I don't be saying crazy shit. I don't say shit that 9 times out of 10 don't come true. It's actually the opposite. You tell me who won. I see them, they run. Yeah, we 10 toes in this. So, you know, Wilder being seen by 13.77. It don't matter if they were basketball fans or, you know, Uno fans, Chutes and Ladders. He was exposed to a sports crowd of almost 14 million, which is not too far from a record-setting Game of Thrones season 8 premiere. Eddie Hearn has always been full of shit. But see, this is what I'm saying. Like people, they just like the camera or something. So they just say whatever. But we're not here for all that. We're not here to just say whatever. Like I promise you. You look at how many people make videos and talk about me in comment sections and shit, but they never refuting what I'm saying. So what is it? Like, what are we really talking about though? Like, that's what I want to get to. Let's get back to the boxing talk. Fuck me. Fuck, you know, what I'm doing. Fuck, you hate my channel. Refute what I'm saying. That's the only thing we waiting for. Because what they're saying, nobody in America, this is what they've been saying. Nobody in America knows Deontay Wilder. But he was involved in a show where he was interviewed for a small portion of time during a major American sports game, giving his 2 cents on the basketball game, but also promoting his fight using CBS, the parent company, to Showtime. And he has a fight coming up. So when Wilder says stuff like, I'm planning to be the highest paid athlete, shit, he might be able to. You know, he just keeps growing. I don't know about highest paid ever, you know, or whatever, but boxers make a lot of money, especially per capita. Wilder fights don't even be lasting that long, you know, in general. But even at best, if it's a 12-rounder, that's 36 minutes. So per capita, these fighters are making a lot of money when they start getting into the hundreds of millions and shit like that, because for 36 minutes, LeBron James got to play a whole season to get these endorsements and to get these crazy NBA salaries and shit. Wilder, if he can get it, you know, if he can keep winning and stuff, he might be able to get 100 million plus in one night. So he could be up there on the Forbes list. It's not a pipe dream. But once again, old media will tell you all these things aren't true. I told y'all, life, you have a ton of people who project their fears, their innermost fears, their inhibitions that they, you know, can't do this or can't acquire this or can't conquer this or achieve this, what they're afraid of and what they're scared of. They try to project that on you. That's why I never accept that. I can't accept from somebody else, family member, friend, or anybody who doesn't breathe my air, have all my vital organs, and I can't accept that. I can't have you tell me what I can accomplish. You know what I'm saying? We're not the same. You can't accomplish it, but I can, because I know my mentality. I know my mindset. God willing, you know, I'm gonna accomplish my goals. That's just the reality of it. So you guys never let people tell you what the fuck you can't do. You know? You know, I have fuck around and have teachers who, cause I was a class clown, you know, they look down, oh yeah, you're gonna be working fast food. All right. I make more money than them now. So what are we talking? You know, so hustled in front of my builders. I was just trying to feed my daughter. Like, what you guys say now? I make more money than you. And I don't have to deal with badass kids. I mean, I got some hot seats. They like my kids, you know. I fathered this game in boxing, so I mean, I guess I do got to deal with a couple bad kids, but it ain't the same. I wake up when I want. I don't got to read to the classroom and stuff. So, you know, old media, they been getting slaughtered. All this shit they talk about. You asking random people in New York who Wilder is. What is that proving? And you know what the funny thing is? Like, let's say porn. That's a big industry. Porn. You can go down to fucking Safeway or Kroger's and start asking people in a grocery store who Jenna Jameson is, or, you know, a porn star. You know, who's Ron Jeremy? Who is Jenna Jameson? Who is, you know, this person to this person? Who's Pinky? They be like, what? Pinky? I don't know Pinky. But if they popping in the porn world, then that don't matter what the fuck people at the grocery store is talking about. You know what I'm saying? If you're the king of their industry, if you're the king or queen or whatever of your industry, it don't matter who in a non-related environment, who the fuck knows you. See, that's what I'm saying. We live in a clout chasing, different ass sensitive society and shit. You know, people care about what it look like. I don't care what it look like. I want to know what it feel like. I don't care what it looks like. If I, you know, am successful, I want to know what it feels like. See, that's the difference. I'm built different than these dudes. You know, I don't want to know what it look like. I want to know what it feel like. That's my quote. I don't want to know what it look like. I want to know what it feels like. I don't care about looking successful. I want to be successful. I want the taste of it. I want to feel it. I don't care if nobody knows. You feel me? Some people just hustle different. But yeah, don't let no busters tell you guys what you can and can't do. Shout out to Real Brother. He been holding it down. But yeah, old media, they starting to choke now. I told you this was coming. They can't outwork me. They not more efficient than me. They not stronger than the army. They don't have more, people riding for their cause. They can't beat us. I'm telling you. And then beyond that, they're not talking about nothing. It's just fake dumb propaganda, and I'm not even pressed about it. Like, we talk about it, but I'm not pressed about it, because as long as I keep putting out my message and explaining and showing you why I feel the way I feel and showing up, and you see the progress the channel's making, you see when I step up the quality, you see when I travel to these fights, then you guys already know what it is, because these motherfuckers never, they never, they'll do videos on the basketball court or, in the sewer and shit. Like, what you in the sewer doing videos for, bro? You hiding from your manager in the sewer and shit, bro. You looking like a Ninja Turtle, fake ass Michelangelo. Fake ass Donatello and shit. You in the sewer doing boxing videos, and we supposed to believe you from the sewer? Hi, I'm Bryant Gumbo reporting live from the sewer. Deontay Wilder, nobody in America knows him. You're in the fucking sewer. Why are you in the sewer, though? Like, fuck the Wilder shit, whatever you, fuck all that, what you talking about? Why are you recording a video in the sewer? That's what we need to know. That's what, these motherfuckers be in the sewer. Let's see roaches and vermin and shit running behind them. You're in the sewer. And y'all have the audacity to come at me, the Dawn, someone who pioneered the boxing in the digital space, and y'all want to check and see if my information is consistent, or say I don't know what I'm talking about, and these motherfuckers are in sewage, in sewers and shit, doing videos. They got algae and moss and shit growing. Like, you look like Swamp Thing. Get the fuck up out of here. I'm supposed to take you. You motherfuckers don't even have haircuts and shit, bro. What are we talking about? You can't afford a haircut? You can't just get a cool taper at any point, my guy? And this ain't to any one particular person. This is all old media. This is how they all act. Mike sound like shit. Sound like Charlie Brown principal. And then y'all want to question the God? Y'all want to question me? Ego doesn't know what he's talking about. Shit, Ego's audio quality don't sound like yours. That's what I do know. These motherfuckers, you remember when you was a little kid, you get that little Chef Boyardee can, and you had to drill that little hole in it, and you put a little string, and you talk to your friend. These motherfuckers be recording their videos like that. They be recording videos talking like this, bro. Your shit you don't even have quality. What are we talking about? Motherfuckers talking through a Chef Boyardee spaghetti. Spaghetti-o. You talking through a fucking spaghetti-o can. A tin can. Your channel is tin can trash. Tin can trash. Meanwhile, my shit be sounding buttery. I might cut an album. We just sounding buttery over here. I got the golden voice, but beyond that, don't be mad. I'm just EQing it. I'm just previewing it. Oh, media getting clapped up. They be talking like Bane and shit. Theatricality and deception. Powerful agents to the uninitiated, Bruce. Do you feel in charge? Perhaps it's what they want someone would shoot them at before throwing them through a plane. Like, you better step your audio up, G. There's levels to this shit, bro. Motherfuckers ain't never let the stoop. Never covered a fight. Never probably been to a fight. And you trying to tell me what the fuck is going on? Okay. Ain't no fighter know you on the first name. I got fighters that know my first name. Not the ego shit. What you talking about, bruh? He said they be screaming on the mic, audio levels peaking. That's what I'm saying. Yelling at the mic. They be like, your beard's weird. Yelling at the mic. Beard's weird. Fuck what you talking about, bro. We got quality. You motherfuckers on their mama's internet plan and phone plans and shit, bro. Hey, Mom, what's up with the family plan? They said I went over my data usage. I can't use any more. AT&T hit me up. No, they can't afford AT&T. Cricket hit me. They sent me a text message. They said I'm over my data limit. What? Fucking increase the plan, Mom. Increase the data rate. Like, they don't be chipping in or nothing. You mad because you ain't got enough data and shit, bro. I'm grandfathered in. I got the unlimited data. Fuck is you talking about? What? I didn't know Dad was using his cell phone so much. Increase the data plan, Mom. Mom, the meatloaf. Like, shut your dumb ass up. That's what's wrong with these kids, bro. You better respect the OGs. What the fuck is you talking about? I father half these dudes' styles, but then they be trying to diss me. What? You got inspiration from me. Just because you don't agree, because you want to put Lomachenko at pound for pound A+ and all that shit. What's MDK? You got to watch Demolition Man. See, Prophet, that's my guy. He a channel member, but he don't know how to use the 3 seashells. Salute. My tax return coming. I swear I'm going to get like you, bro. Y'all crazy. Real brother be stunting on y'all. He said they been biting my style. That's what I'm saying. But they ain't got, bro, they can't do what we do. That's why I'm never pressed about it. I see this shit, but they can't do it. Like, you can't just entertain the crowd like me. This takes years of preparation. You can't just hit that Arnold like me. What are you doing? Copenhagen. Give these people air down there. Like, you can't hit that Arnold. I can, but you can't. You can't bless the mic like us. Hey, Vinny, what the fuck did wrong? You can't hit that Arnold. You're not gifted. You just ain't got the gift. You can't hit that Rocky Balboa. Let me tell you something you already know, kid. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a mean and cruel place, and it'll beat you there if you let it. Nothing is going to hit as hard as life. You know, you can't hit Rocky Balboa. Hey, yo, Tommy, you trying to fight? I love that. I love that monologue from Rocky. Let me tell you something you already know, kid. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a mean and cruel place, and it'll beat you there if you let it. Nothing is going to hit as hard as life. Sorry I'm late. Traffic was a bit. You can't hit that Balboa. I'm Ego Balboa. What are we talking about? Okay, let's do it. You expendable. I'm not. Let's get it. He said, what about Cotto? Oh, Cotto be like, I like how he be talking in third person and shit. I believe that my fight with, I want to say thank you from Miguel Cotto to Real Brother 32. He just donate the money in that super chat. Easy work. We easy work. That's how Miguel Cotto be. He be talking. Miguel Cotto, he chooses to fight in Yankee Stadium with I can fight Pacquiao again, or my fight with Floyd. I can do better. I'm like, that's how Cotto be. Cotto be. Shout out to my Boricuas. Wepa. Let's get it. Real Brother 32, $25 on the super chat. He put $25 on my books. You know what I'm saying? Bay Area shit. Bay business. Salute to Eagles Army and TBE, Eagle Valley to Dawn. Shout out to TMT, all I got. You till you get them Texas, bro. It's the host with the best boxing show, the Swab Boxing Analyst, multifaceted entrepreneur. Appreciate that. I love my mom. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know who said that. I don't know, that was some incest or some shit. Dion Washington, he's a Zab Judah. He fight with the Hebrew Hammer in the East Coast by Jenkins Stadium. Yeah, I heard about Zab coming back. That's what's up. He's fighting the Hebrew Hammer. Remember HBO? The Hebrew Hammer. Like, who the fuck is the Hebrew? See, this is why HBO boxing went out of business. I try to tell y'all. What the fuck is the Hebrew Hammer? Like, they be promoting this. They had Terrence Crawford on the network and never had these wet dreams and shit. And Crawford is raw. He's a dog. Nasty dog. And you up here, Jim Lampley, bang, bang, Hebrew Hammer, bang, bang. Like, get your ass up out of here. You talking about some Hebrew Hammer shit. Like, who is he? Like Cleated? Isn't that some nutty professor shit? Come on, Cleated. Like, it's not even no shade to, like, him and all that. Like, but they keep anointing people, and it's annoying. You're anointing, and it's annoying because you keep anointing people who haven't done anything, and you boost them up. And then when we see that they're not of the caliber of guys that you don't boost up, like Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford, the Black Channel, and just other people, then you look crazy. And new media goes on. We live to fight another day. The Hebrew Hammer. I seen when he took that L. It was on the David Lemieux, Billy Joe Saunders card. I know my boxing people. He looked horrible. He didn't look like no world beat. He had power. That's cool. He had some grit. But what the fuck is this Gotti list and all this shit, bro? Rest in peace to Arturo Gotti. But you using this man's name. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Cletus. Come on. Hercules. Virgil Hunter guy. Listen, I told you I was going to make the video about it. And I really I'm tempted to say it to my crowd, but I'll still probably make the video. Crawford, the video's title, Crawford versus Khan, is a better fight than you think. So if you see anyone with that title, know they stole it from me. But I told you I was coming. But I really think stylistically, I'm giving you, like, from the heart. I'm giving you, like, my real assessments. This is me in real life in 3D. People be like, oh, you're just, like, I said that before, and they said, oh, you're just trying to sell the fight. What the fuck? Top Rank ain't gonna cash me out. They're not giving me no money for it. I don't have to, like, fake some shit. That's what I'm saying. This new generation of, like, social media age, they think everything's a scandal. They think everything's a conspiracy. And there's a conspiracy theory for everything. They think, like, hard work, dedication don't exist. You either cheated to get to that position, or you had to pay somebody, or you got paid by somebody, you're on someone's payroll. Like, these motherfuckers be doing too much. I think Amir Khan versus Terrence Crawford is a tougher fight, a better fight than people are giving it credit for. I do believe that. Because I told you, and I don't want to spoil my video, but Crawford is a beast. He should be the favorite here. But boxing is a fickle sport. You can't look too much in advance. That's what fans are doing. They're so eager. And this is what I told you. And I love Crawford. And I'm not saying he will lose or whatever, but I think it's a tougher fight than people are copping to. Boxing, you can't go into the fight, and I'm not saying Crawford is doing this, because so far he looks like he's in great shape and everything too. But the fans, this is why my channel succeeds in these other dudes. I'm giving y'all the gems. You just have to be real enough to pick up on it. It's definitely better than Loma Corolla, because styles make fights. Here, if styles don't make fights, then explain how we all can probably agree that Canelo is overall better fighter than Marcos Maidana. Pacquiao's a better overall fighter and accomplished even more than Marcos Maidana. Yet Pacquiao and Canelo both did worse versus Floyd Mayweather than Maidana did in that first fight. You know why? Because styles make fights. How is it that Tim Bradley, that's why triangle theories don't work. Tim Bradley beat Juan Manuel Marquez the first time he ever fought him, and he beat him decidedly and decisively. Yet Marquez gave Pacquiao hell and knocked him out brutally in the 4 times, and then the first 3 fights were wars. But then, in my opinion, Pacquiao beat Bradley 3 times, even in the first one. I thought Pacquiao won that. So this stuff doesn't, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Terrence Crawford is a bad motherfucker. Stylistically, this could be one of his best tests. You look at, there's some interesting dynamics, and again, I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to spoil my video, but very interesting dynamics. Amir Khan does exceptionally well with southpaws. I've already told you this. Zab Judah, Luis Collazo, Devin Alexander, those are some of his best wins. Crawford has had some of his best performances out of the southpaw stance. So that alone, stylistically, is interesting. Now, to Crawford's credit, he usually starts orthodox, and then he'll make the switch. Like, he did it early versus Derry Jean and stuff like that, and then he started busting Gamboa's ass when he switched to southpaw. But he usually starts as an orthodox fighter, see what he can come up with, and then he just randomly switches. But he might not have that go-to trick, and he might have to get this done out of the orthodox stance because Khan, for whatever reason, has been accepted. Broner, too. Broner is another person. Check his track record. Look at the southpaws he fought. I think Antonio DeMarco's a southpaw. This is off the top of my head, people. But look at the southpaws that Broner faced. He does good with southpaws, too. People don't look at stuff like that. So Amir Khan does well with southpaws. Amir Khan, see, this is what I'm saying. People don't, what I hope to give the game and keep doing, I think I'm doing it, but, you guys ultimately will be the judge of this, is give the game insight. Like, I'm not here just saying bullshit. I don't want to be just like, yeah, I joke and stuff like that, but I want real life commentary. Like, just like some of the rappers that I like Tupac and Biggie and Jay, some of their lyrics, you can take bars that they said and apply it to your life. Like, oh, that was dope. Like, sky's the limit. You can listen to what he's saying, and then you can relate and relay a message. Some of these new rappers and shit, the reason they miss me personally is because there's no substance. I've been a running and shooting. I've been a hawking the loogie. I'm in a hawking me a loogie. I'm a running. I'm shooting. Like, you're not talking about now. I can't. Like, how can you apply that to your life? Like, yeah, you could turn up to it or schmob down the street to that, but be at a club or something. That's cool. But you can't. Rubber, bubba, baby, bubba. What the fuck can you do with that? Like, from a, you know what I'm saying? You can't, you can't even put a cool, like J. Cole or Drake or something. They're dope because they say some Nipsey Hussle too. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. They said there's content there. They say stuff you could put for Instagram, like an Instagram caption. You feel what I'm saying? Like, live your life by that, or be like, damn, my ex did act like that. Something you could relate to. Some other people, like, I don't get into everybody's music, but like Kodak Black, some of the stuff, like, what can you, that's not really an Instagram caption that I will put. Like, I'm not going to post a selfie. You'd be like, I don't even believe in Gene. I don't got G to beat. Like that, I wouldn't put that. Maybe you guys would. I wouldn't. Because I do believe in Jesus. I believe in the higher power. I do believe in God. So I'm not putting that. I don't even believe in Gene. I got G. Like, but Jay and people like that, they're going to say stuff you can actually like, especially if you're on some street shit. It was all good just a week ago. Listen to the song and how people switch up. That shit, that goes, that can apply to real life scenarios. Like Tekashi, look at that. It was all good. Listen to Jay-Z, it was all good just a week ago. And then look at the Tekashi situation and tell me situations like that don't really happen in real life. Look at all this Treyway shit they were doing, and then now, people are taking the stand. Jay-Z said, growing up in the hood, just my dog and me, we used to hustle in the hood for all to see. Problems, I called on him, he called on me. We wasn't quite partners, I hit him off my P. Let him unlock doors off my keys. Yeah, we spoke much more than cordially. Man, he broke bread with me. My business spread swiftly. The feds came to get me. We both fled quickly. That sound like some Tekashi shit. The feds came to get me. And this is just random. This wasn't scripted. I just thought of a random song. He says, man, he broke bread with me. My business spread swiftly. The feds came to get me. We both fled quickly. Wasn't quick enough to jump over the hedges with me. Got caught. And that's when our relationship strayed. Used to call me from the joint till he ran out of change. And when he called collect, I heard his name. I quickly accepted. But when I reached the phone, he talking reckless. I can sense deceit in his tone. I said, damn, dog, what 9 weeks in your home? He said, main man, you think shit's sweet because you're home. I just sat, spat no more speech in the phone. Them crackers up there bleaching your dome, you reaching. Oh, my God. Jay was killing. I like YG's last album. That was dope. I like that. His shit was cool. Like, I can't really live my life to, I don't believe in Jesus. I ain't got a Jesus piece. I ain't got Reese's Pieces. Like, did he just say Reese's Pieces? I don't even believe in Jesus. I'm gonna eat some Reese's Pieces. I don't even believe in Reese's. Reese Witherspoon. Like, what Reese Witherspoon, Reese's Pieces? What are we talking about, bro? Jay was snapping on that. And then Too Short, perfect. It was cool when you had hella weed to smoke. It was all good just a week ago. He said, like I put the toast to your head and made you sell. We both came in this game blind as hell. I did a little better, had more clientele. Told you put away some cheddar, now you crying for bail. Oh my God, Jay was on it. He said 17 and I'm holding on to around a meal. I could bail out, blow trial, and come around on the pill. And niggas thinking I was from uptown for real. I had so much hustle, plus I was down to ill, like a Brooklyn nigga straight out of Brownsville. He said down and dirty, down to fight to around 30. He said he down to fight to around 30. You know, I like substance. That's why I can't fuck with old media. There's no substance. There's no rhyme and reason to it. You say Mikey Garcia is going to beat Errol Spence, but in the event Errol Spence wins, you say he gets no credit. That doesn't make sense logically. You don't think Errol Spence is going to beat Mikey Garcia. You think Mikey beats Errol Spence. Fine. That's your opinion. Cool. Whatever. But then you said even if he does win, it's a lose-lose situation. He gets no credit. Makes no sense. So, you know, I like substance. I like to be taught. I like to think. I like, you know, when there's a message there. And I'm not saying like I'm a prude. Like some music to turn up shit, it just sound cool. Like that Tiger shit was cool. Like do 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 do. Pull up, you could get a taste. Sacramento, you can get a taste. Like, damn, that motherfucker giving a taste to everybody. What the fuck? That motherfucker, Palo Alto, you could get a taste. LA, you could get a taste. That motherfucker's giving everybody a taste. He said, Skid Row, you could get a taste. Like, damn, you giving a taste to Skid Row? I think they outlawed that. You're not supposed to feed the people on Skid Row. That motherfucker was giving, Tiger was, Kylie Jenner, you could get a taste. A$AP Rocky, you could get a taste. That motherfucker giving everybody a taste and shit. Tyrone Biggums, you could get a taste. Like, goddamn, Joe Rogan. Clayton Bigsby, you could get a taste. So yeah, that should be cool sometimes. That beat was what really made that song. I need some substance. I need some substance. Like whoever wrote for Dre, it might have been Royce or Eminem. I don't know. I know they wrote with him, but things just ain't the same for gangsters. He was killing that. Listen to the Nipsey. That's what I'm saying. It's like shit. He from LA too. He from LA, cut. Dr. Dre, cut. He from LA. But just listen to what he's saying and listen to the Nipsey, not to glorify that situation. It's a fucked up situation. But what he said in The Watcher is exactly kind of what played out in that situation. That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, that's why I like music, like, not just to tap my feet and a beat is hard. I like something to be behind it, like, something. But listen to Dre The Watcher. I'm not gonna really get into it because I don't really feel like doing all that. But I'm gonna read some of the lyrics and then tell me if the Nipsey Hussle situation don't sound eerily similar. Whoa. Dr. Dre, he said, things just ain't the same for gangsters. Times is changing. Young niggas is aging, becoming OGs in the game and changing to make way. It said hold on. I gotta catch it. He said to make way for these new names and faces. But the strangest things can happen from rapping when niggas get wrapped up in image and acting. Niggas get capped up and wrapped in plastic, zipped up in bags. When it happens, that's it. I've seen them come, I've watched them go, watched them rise, witnessed it and watched them blow. Watched them all blossom and I watched them grow. Watched the lawsuits when they lost their dough. Best friends and money, I lost them both. Went and visited Nick in the hospital. Oh, hold on, it's the second verse, my bad. He was killing though. Hey, who wrote this shit for Dre? He was killing. But tell me this don't sound like the Nip shit. Oh, hell yeah. I moved out of the hood for good, you blame me. Niggas ain't mainly a niggas they can't be, but niggas can't hit what they can't see. I'm out of sight, man, I'm out of they dang reach. How would you feel if niggas wanted you killed? You probably move to a new house on a new hill and choose a new spot if niggas you shot. I ain't a thug, how much Tupac in you got? I ain't no bitch neither. It's either my life or your life and I ain't leaving. I love breathing. He was killed. Hey, Dre was killed. Hey, fuck with any. I don't care who wrote that shit. Dre was busted. That man said, just listen. That don't sound just like that Nipsey shit. That beat is hard as fuck. Whoever the fuck made that. You think Jay wrote it? It's possible. That man said, I moved out of the hood for good, you blame me. Niggas ain't mainly at niggas they can't beat. He said, niggas ain't mainly at niggas they can't beat. Nipsey Hussle, Eric Holder. Niggas ain't mainly at niggas they can't beat, but niggas can't hit what niggas can't see. I'm out of sight, man. I'm out of they dang reach. How would you feel if niggas wanted you killed? You probably move to a new house on a new hill and choose a new spot if niggas wanted you shot. I ain't a thug. How much Tupac in you got? I ain't no bitch neither. It's either my life or your life and I ain't leaving. I like breathing. He said, cause nigga, we can go round for round, clip for clip, shit, 4 pound for pound. He was killing, bro. That man said he moved out of the hood for good, you blame me. Niggas ain't mainly it, niggas they can't beat. We all know Nipsey was doing it. And then they said, a story I heard was the dude wanted Nipsey to put him on or listen to his tape. And then he said, nah, bro, you gotta clear up your name because they say you snitching, blah, blah, blah. I can't do nothing for you. And they said the dude, like, shook hands or whatever. All right, bro, thanks for your time. And then got a burger and then left and then came back bussing. That's the story I heard. I don't know, But listen to it. I moved out of the hood for good, you blame me. Niggas ain't mainly a niggas they can't beat, but niggas can't hit what they can't see. I'm out of sight, man, I'm out of they dang reach. How would you feel if niggas wanted you killed? You probably moved to a new house on a new hill and choose a new spot if niggas wanted you shot. I ain't a thug, how much Tupac in you got? I ain't no bitch neither. It's either my life or your life and I ain't leaving. I like breathing. Round for round, clip for clip, pound for pound, yeah. Hey, he was killing. Dre was busting. But yeah, man, I need some substance. Like Nas, you gotta give me something, bro. Give me something I can. I just need something. Southside Deucey, who is that? What happened? Show be lit, but the host on some Tekashi shit. Was that your mixtape? I don't get it. I'm on Tekashi shit? That motherfucker was auditioning and shit like Star Search. He said, yeah, the host be on some... I don't know if he was trying to battle rap me or something. What the fuck was that? Them weak ass bars, bro. That man said... He said, the show be lit, but he the host on some Tekashi shit. These dudes be desperate for attention. I fuck with dude content, but everyone exposed dude for ratting on a friend. These dudes be lying. Show the papers. I'm from the Bay, so let me know where that's at. No, nah, listen, bro. Show them papers. These dudes just be saying whatever. Show some papers where I ratted. I'm not even into nothing. So what you talk, I be staying out the way. So I know you lying. I'm not even in nothing. I'm a businessman, you know, because you find me in my places of business. You ain't never heard nobody say I rat, because I'm not even into nothing. Like I said, I be schmobbing, staying out the way. You dig? They just want a little attention, but not everyone could be stars. Nas be killing too, yeah. He said his hardest song, Life Nigga Rap, even though Mobb Deep killed it, that's some substance, too tough for bar. Nas always had bars and always had poetic style shit. I mean, even the shit with Lauryn Hill, Life, I wonder, will it take me under? It's the real deal. It's the real deal. Easy work. Man, that's fucked up what they did to Nip, bro. Dre said, I moved out of the hood for good, you blame me. Niggas ain't mainly and niggas they can't beat, but niggas can't hit what they can't see. I'm out of sight, man. I'm out of they dang reach. See, that's why it makes it like, it makes you not even want to go back to fuck with the hood. You gotta, damn near fuck with the hood from afar. Cause it be, especially in hip hop, urban culture, it be like snakes and fakes and rats and jealous hearted envy and shit like that. Like, yeah, motherfucker, oh, he making it. But listen, I'm telling you, everybody can eat. You gotta make your path. You can't, like Jay said, I ain't got a beard and Santa Claus ain't black. Grown men want me to sit them on my lap. Well, I ain't got a beard and Santa Claus ain't black. You gotta make your own way in this life. Kerry Johnson, $5 super chat. If Bud boxes Khan, he deserves the extra credit. Not like that nonsense Max was. See, that's what I'm saying. He said was talking about with a. Hey, you go there with the bum. Him outboxing Khan deserves to be praised. See, I don't even want to talk about this fight anymore because I want to make this video and I don't want to give away my points and thoughts. So motherfuckers like, I ain't watching that shit. I heard it on the live already. But the Khan Crawford is a good fight. Crawford, see, this is what I'm saying. People looking so far ahead. Crawford is dope. I always fuck with Crawford. I've always told you guys he's nice, right? But this is the thing. You have to understand he did just move to welterweight. So we have to keep seeing him do what he's been doing. That's it. That's all. That's all I'm saying is he has to keep doing what he's been doing. But people are already matching up to Errol Spence. Boxing don't work like that. You got to get past the guy in front of you. Errol Spence had to get past Mikey Garcia. Ain't nothing given. Ain't nothing like. You got to earn this each and every time out. That's why Mayweather is the boxing god, because he earned it each and every time. Put the work in and then, proved doubters wrong and won his fights. So there's no hand-me-downs. But Khan does good with southpaws. Khan's hard to outbox. Khan is about Crawford's size, maybe a half inch or so taller. It's a good fight. And I swear to you. See, y'all going to fuck me up, man. If I say this last point, are y'all gonna still watch the video? Cause I'm giving too much free shit on this video. I could be getting cashed out for just putting it on because the live streams, they be different than the regular videos. Y'all gonna watch the video if I do it, despite me talking about it? Cause I don't want to give away all my good shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, who the fuck is Mark Doherty? Hey, why'd you block him? I don't know who he. I think he was talking about somebody who just got blocked. I don't know why he got blocked. Mark Doherty. I don't know why you blocked him. I don't even know who he was talking about. I don't know what. Resurrect Mark Doherty. Just tell him. Just warn him. He don't got to get blocked for that. Cause I don't even know who he's talking about. I don't know. I thought he was talking about a troll or something. Anyway, I'm not even selling the fight. Like I said, I don't have to do all that. I'm Boxingego. Khan, I swear to you, I'm not even lying, bro. Khan looks like he's in better shape now than he was when he fought Canelo. I'm not lying. I'm not lying at all. I went to the Canelo fight media day and all this shit. He look in better shape now. I don't know if he knows like this could be the end of the road for big fights if he loses badly. You know, this could be Boys to Men shit. End of the road. Although we are to the end of the road. Like, I don't know what it is, but he looked like he in better shape right the fuck now than when he was moving up in weight to fight Canelo. Yeah, Mark Doherty, just don't mention other channels. We don't do that because there's too many people clout chasing. We don't give people a shine. I don't know what you said, but the shooter said you was mentioning other channels. So we just focus on Eagles Army and what we got going on. But anyway, Amir Khan's in shape. So I think he knows what's at stake and the implications. Hey, y'all be treating me fucked up. Somebody gonna send me this Walmart dude and say, "Is this you, Ego?" Who the fuck is that? Somebody sent me this talking about, "Is this you?" I don't even know, cuz. Who the fuck is that? Y'all be trying it, bro. Y'all be trying me, dog. Who is this? I'm looking for the picture of Khan, and then I got reminded of this dumb shit. Who the fuck is this nigga? Y'all trying it, okay. Who the fuck is that? He work at Walmart? That's what, okay. Someone said that's Ego. They just added the extra G. Hey, y'all ain't shit. I hate all y'all. Hey, y'all so disrespectful, bro. Y'all be trying to buy all you motherfuckers. All right. Okay, after all this boxing I gave y'all, I look like this Walmart employee of the month looking motherfucker. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, somebody gonna hit me up on Facebook. Ego, is this you? LOL. Man, LOL my ass. Who the fuck is this, cuz? Hey, cuz, who are you? Who is that, bro? Fake ass us. You know, Jordan Peele's Us. This is my Lego. Fake ass Ego. I don't know who he is. Anyway, I'm looking for the picture and I seen that dumb shit, bro. Dog, I'm telling y'all. Hey, Mir, we was boys. I thought we was boys. Yeah, bro. Amir Khan looks like he's in better shape now. I'm trying to tell you. This is Khan, y'all. He didn't even have a six-pack like this when he fought, what's the name? My dude, Tony Brady, working with him, too. Shout out to Brady. The Brady Bunch. Amir Khan, he look in shape. He looked like this for the Collazo fight. You know, I respect Khan. Like, I gotta, you can say whatever you want about chins and all this shit. He look, real talk, Khan be saying, sometimes Khan says some stuff and he sounds diluted. And I've made videos about that. But I respect Khan for the simple fact, he been knocked out brutally. He don't give a fuck and he really be getting back in there though. He really gets back in the ring. See, this is what I'm this is what I'm talking about. Look at what Khan is doing, and then look what Lomachenko is doing, and tell me that's the same. Khan went up to 155 to fight one of the best guys, if not the number one. It was him or Charlos or Andrade. Those are the top guys. So he went and fought one of the top guys at 155. Whether he thought he could win or really wanted it or whatever, he still did it, and he held a good account of himself. Now he's fighting one, if not the guy, 1A, 1B, him and Crawford and Spence at welterweight. Tell me is Lomachenko doing that? Whether he gets blasted out of his world or wins, obviously if he wins, that kind of goes without saying. But even if he loses, I have to give him respect as a man. As a man, you're fighting Crawford, my guy. Like, we know how good Crawford is. Everything's stacked against you here. This is a crossroad fight. He was trying to fight Floyd and trying to fight Pacquiao. That's a little bit different because they represent a lot of money. Crawford, it represents some money, but not Pacquiao Floyd money. You know what I'm saying? So this is a huge risk, and it's a crossroads type of fight. And like I said, he's in good shape. This is all I can expect for a fighter, is to come correct, get in the best shape, and try your best. So I'm with that. This is a good fight, people. And Terrence Crawford's in shape too, FYI. So y'all got me wasting content on this live stream. These are supposed to be videos. But like I said, I respect it as a human, as a person. Like, a lot of people, this is why people fuck with me, man. Because a lot of people don't give it a fair shake. All they do is just look at, one aspect of the game. And look at that boy Bud, though. Bro, I'm ready. Look at that boy Bud. That motherfucker got a 20-pack. He got a 20-pack on layaway, dog. What the fuck? Look at him. It's fight week, people. He in crazy shape. And y'all gotta stop saying Bud is a small welterweight. Does he look like he was left off Bad and Bougie? These are all current pictures. Y'all wasting my content on the live stream. These are current pictures. Does it look like he was left off Bad and Bougie? Mikey Garcia way smaller than this. And definitely, people are dumb. That's what it is. These people are dumb. Dumb. These people are dumb. That's really what it is. They look at it because he's not sitting up here hulked out and shit like that. But that don't mean that. Tim Bradley was one of the most diesel welterweights, but he wasn't really busting a grape. Like, he's a good fighter, but he wasn't like knocking fools out, and he looked huge and like hella cock diesel and shit. You know what I'm saying? Crawford has more of a wiry, lean, super shredded shape. Vascular, shit like that. But none of that matters because it's about skill. John Molina, if you've seen John Molina at Trader Joe's, you mean to tell me you'd be like, oh, that's a professional boxer. See, y'all be watching these Michael B. Jordan movies and stupid shit, bro, and then thinking that's what boxing is. Because every time Hollywood does a movie, they usually have the fighter bulk up, like Mark Wahlberg in The Fighter. Mickey Ward wasn't even built like that, to be honest. Shout out to Mickey Ward. But his shape was more of a boxer shape. It wasn't this like... But they do that for the camera. Wahlberg puts on 20 pounds of muscle and shit. Bottom line, Crawford gets busy. It don't matter what the fuck his shape is talking about. And he's tall. He's tall. He's not the short. He's not short. Sean Porter's way shorter than him. I've been right next to both of them. Took pictures of both of them. Looked them in both in the eye. All that. Sean Porter's way shorter than him. But Sean Porter, he's athletic, durable. Fought at 165 as an amateur, etc. But Bud, Mikey Garcia moved up to welterweight and didn't get stopped. So people stop saying Bud is just like super small for welterweight. Mikey's smaller for welterweight. And no offense to Mikey, but he don't have the style that Crawford. Crawford got more styles than Mikey. Mikey is like... Mikey has like pretty educated feet and a 1-2. That's his like bread and butter. Crawford, you don't know what the fuck. Crawford like, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. You know, you don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. Sometimes he boxes, sometimes he brawls, sometimes he does both in the same fight. Yeah, make sure y'all smash the like button. But anyway, we got to get back to the game, back to the point where it's like actual boxing talk. The thing is, people don't know boxing. It's such a sweet science. There's a lot of like people who just start a YouTube and they like boxing, but they don't know what they're talking about, and it shows. Like they be going off of what HBO boxing is feeding the public or something. Once again, look at Amir Khan's last 5-6 fights and tell me that's what Lomachenko has been doing. Like Khan has been going against guys where they have an inherent, for his kryptonite and his style, he's fought a lot of guys that have the ability to potentially beat him. Lomachenko, I'm not really seeing him fight guys for the most part that had these inherent attributes that look like they would mesh well with his style. Real talk. Same thing with Crawford. Crawford is fighting any and every style. Felix Diaz, a short Olympian, but a guy who can scrap and make it rugged, as shown in the Lamont Peterson-Sammy Vasquez fight. Taller guys like Victor Postal, who can box and had just stopped Lucas Matisse. An even taller guy in Julius Indongo and Jose Benavidez. Tall guys, Indongo's more wild. Jose Benavidez is tall but can box more, you know, and was good on the counter. So just looking at Julius Indongo and Jose Benavidez, they were both tall opponents, guys who were taller than Crawford, totally different styles. Indongo was like real wild and shit, and you know had some good wins recently. Ricky Burns and guys like that fighting people in their backyard. He knocked out Troy Yanovsky, who was Crawford's mandatory. And then you had another tall guy that fought totally different than the other recent tall guy that he had fought. That's the beautiful thing about the craft, about guys like Terrence Crawford. He's fighting and showing these elite performances with all styles. Lomachenko is not doing that right now, to me. Yeah, you can't even say Jerry Cooney because he fought Foreman. And he was fighting the people that, and you seen what happened in the Foreman fight. So, you know, bottom line is for me, you guys can watch whatever, believe whoever you want. I need to see Lomachenko in there with certain style. We know he's good, but to further these claims of him being high up on the pound for pound list, I need to see him face and beat certain guys with momentum and a style that I know would give his style problems. And then if he can emerge and prove like, yo, despite that being a strong candidate of a style that could give you problems, I made it look easy, then he'll get a bunch of credit. For example, Mikey Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, you know, even guys like Devin Haney, like Tank Davis. These guys have a certain style. Like everyone I named can box different levels of power, you know, like Tank's power versus Devin Haney. But there's different attributes in there. Devin Haney's probably bigger than Lomachenko. And he can box. And he's comfortable. I was watching Devin Haney spar live, Bay Area shit, in Oakland. He was about 15, 16. He's, I don't know, 20, 21 now. I don't even think he's 21. So he's been doing this. Jason Sosa don't have no... I guarantee you, if let's say Lomachenko fought Devin Haney, I promise you, Devin Haney has fought and sparred with more elite people than Jason Sosa. I promise you that. And that's all experience. That goes in experience department. Devin Haney sparred with Floyd Mayweather. Devin Haney has sparred with Shakur Stevenson. I believe Tank. I think Tank. Sean Porter, Jesse Vargas. right? He's been doing it, so he's experienced, he's comfortable in his style. I mean, you fight Floyd, that's legendary experience. He's sparring Amir Khan for this fucking camp, preparing for the Terrence Crawford. Oh yeah, Teofimo Lopez. That's what I'm saying. Thank you. See, Ego's Army right there in pocket helping me out. Teofimo Lopez, another great person. That's experience. So the reason I'm saying experience is because he's not, unless Lomachenko could show me this, I don't foresee him being a person who just quits and gives up. I don't foresee him with all that experience just being clueless and shelling up like Anthony Corolla. No how, no way. I've watched the kid spar. And he sparred guys who are, Khan's a fucking welterweight. Khan fought at 155 versus Canelo, and he's currently a welterweight now. And Devin Haney's in camp with him. Lomachenko will be little compared to Khan. You know? Devin Haney sparred with Sean Porter. I don't know his exact age, but he was younger than Sean Porter for sure. You know, Shakur Stevenson's an Olympic medal. That's what I'm saying. Like Floyd Mayweather, the best of this era. Teofimo. I know other people. I don't want to name drop a whole bunch of people though. You know. And he's worked with Floyd Mayweather Sr. He's worked with Roy Jones Jr. He works with his dad. You know, he's worked with top-rated coaches and got advice from Floyd, like Lil Floyd, all types of shit. So, again, if Lomachenko can make him look like Anthony Corolla, you gonna have to show me that. But until then, I don't believe it. You know, this is not about who would win. I'm not just talking about who would win. I'm talking about it's going to look one-sided like that. Where Tank has no moments. Like Tank, who can picture Gervonta Tank Davis fighting Lomachenko at 30? Because Lomachenko said he'll go back down at 130 pounds, and he's like this, like Corolla was. Like honestly, does anyone believe that? Does anyone believe that Tank Davis is just gonna shell up, knowing he possesses all this power? He's just gonna shell up and go out like that. And it just be getting murphed up on the ropes. Devin Haney, he's just gonna be, just getting destroyed. Who believes that? Teofimo. Like, who believes it? Who believes that Teofimo is just gonna go in there with his level of fights or not, and he's just gonna be like this the whole time, and then throw counters that are clearly missing and shit. No timing, no, absorbing punishment without trying to throw nothing back. These guys are too experienced. And Teofimo has an amateur pedigree. Devin Haney sparred with Floyd. Like I said, that's lifelong experience just in sparring Floyd. Just him by himself. Tank got crazy power, and Tank's amateur pedigree is deeper than people think. Tank's resume is like 219 and 19, or he has over 200 fights as an amateur. Same thing with Mikey Garcia, right? I don't know. Ego, Rigo, and Walters quit ugly. Block him. Block T. Machiavelli. What are you talking about, bro? I didn't say shit about Walters or Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux is 122 pounds. And you talking about ugly. What does the ugly mean, bro? Can anyone vouch for T. Machiavelli? I hate that Loma begged for a title shot from the jump, but won't give Teofimo one. That's what I'm saying. Man, Rigondeaux could probably make 118. That's just the reality. Me personally, I thought Rigondeaux could beat him just because I knew he was going up against a bigger person. But I thought he'd be able to, he's experienced fighting bigger. He's always the smaller person. So I thought he'd be able to do more. Is T. Machiavelli a regular? Because I know his name. I've seen his name before. Y'all can unblock him, but he's talking about ugly. What is he talking about? The ugly? Like I'm telling you, bro. Y'all got to start leaving complete sentences, because if my shooters and me, we don't have the patience. New media is running shit. We don't have the patience to try to decipher what y'all putting. So if y'all want to talk like 2-3-year-olds, then have at it. But if you get caught up by friendly fire, that's on y'all. That's on y'all. I know T. Machiavelli. I don't even know if it's the real one. They got people cloning people and all types of shit. So if you come in here, let this be a warning to everybody. With people impersonating other people, if you come in here saying crazy shit or shit that we can't decipher and it sounds like you talking crazy, then, anybody can get it. And I'm not going to keep having my shooters resurrect them. Y'all got to start putting complete sentences. All this like, oh yeah, you ugly and all. Like, we're not here for that. We just talking simple boxing stuff. So you got to make it known what your intentions are. Anyway, all those guys I mentioned, I would have to see Lomachenko do all this. And that's even T. Machiavelli said Walters and Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux is not the biggest person. And he only fight, like, if you really, this is not, see, every time I body people, they say I'm making excuses because that's the only thing they can say. But I'm simply telling you facts. Rigondeaux, he had only fought like a total of like 4 rounds in the last 3 years because everybody ducked him. And then his other fights, Moises Flores ended in 1 round because the dude fell on the ground after being hit late, and it was changed into a no contest after the first round. So he had 1 round there. Then he broke Jazza Dickens' jaw in the 2nd round. So that's 3 rounds total, right? Then he, who else did he fight? I mean, just go look it up. He didn't even have that many rounds because he was either breaking people's jaw, he was avoided. Moises Flores, got him disqualified, or they were trying to get him disqualified with a no contest. Just look it up. Okay, I pulled it up. Right before he fought Lomachenko, he fought 1 round with Moises Flores, which was later changed to a no contest because again he was rolling on. That was his only fight that year that he fought Lomachenko. Then he fought James Jazza Dickens. The fight ended in 2 rounds because he broke Jazza Dickens' jaw and he was unable to continue. And then his last fight before that, because he was avoided for a period of time. He was with Rock Nation. They weren't really the major marquee people, so they didn't really know how to move him. His fight before that was 2015. So 2 years before he fought Lomachenko, and he had a 10-rounder against Drian Francisco. So, for like the last year, he had 3 rounds. He fought 3 rounds in, basically in a year and a half's time, 3 rounds. So, it is what it is. And then Walters, he was coming off a draw with Jason Sosa. Top Rank didn't give him no fights to keep him active. Meanwhile, Lomachenko had beat Rocky Martinez or whoever he was fighting at the time. Top Rank kept him active, didn't keep Walters active. And Walters looked like he just showed up for a paycheck. But those are victories for Lomachenko, so whatever. It's neither here nor there. But what I am saying is, why can't we see Lomachenko versus someone with some momentum? That we have. There's like Teofimo Lopez. What could you say? The only thing you could say is he was too young. He has an amateur pedigree. He's bigger than Lomachenko. He's sounding confident. His pop sounds confident, right? He has boxing IQ. You see him sparring you guys. He's telling you he was beaten up on Devin Haney, according to him, but Devin Haney just refutes that. You get what I'm saying? So there's not much you could do to take away. He's been active. He's been putting on exciting performances. So a guy like that with some momentum. I think Lomachenko will fight Richard Comey or Luke Campbell. I think my sources told me Mikey is not going to 35 and he's vacating. So he'll probably end up fighting Luke Campbell, maybe in the UK, or Richard Comey. Two guys with 2 losses. So it doesn't work like that. You can't keep telling me this dude is comparable to Muhammad Ali, but he don't have no resume of like Muhammad Ali when he fought George Foreman. Foreman was denting heavy bags. It wasn't like Foreman was coming off of 2 years or a year of inactivity. Foreman was knocking fools out. He was on a tear and he was tearing people out the fucking frame. Go do your research and see who George Foreman, Big George, was at the time when he fought Muhammad Ali. You know, at the time he fought Muhammad Ali, he was that boy. You know, he had just knocked out Ken Norton. So it's not like he was just, inactive. Actually, the Ken Norton fight was the same year he fought Muhammad Ali. But y'all don't know shit about boxing. I forgot. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at that. Foreman knocked out Joe Frazier and shit. He knocked him out. He didn't just knock him down. He knocked him out. That was all before Muhammad Ali. And then there was training footage of him destroying heavy bags and things like that. So that's what I'm talking about. We never see Lomachenko in there with somebody like that, with type of momentum where it's like, oh shit, Loma got to be on his P's and Q's with this guy. And we don't see Triple G in there with someone like that. And then the times we have seen him in there with someone like that is Jacobs. He had momentum. He had a version of the belt. He did. I thought he lost that fight. And then he fought Canelo. He gets a draw. Then he fought Canelo again off of a year layoff because Canelo failed a drug test. Guess what? He loses the fight. And this is who ESPN and HBO and all that, this is their savior. This is who they're pushing more than Crawford. But meanwhile, Crawford's fighting everyone under the sun, different styles, different ethnicities, different sizes, different, weight classes. And the performances are all looking very similar. Dominations by Crawford, where he makes the adjustments within a few rounds. That's pound for pound to me. Not fighting guys that are like selectively picked and creatively picked, with clever matchmaking to make it appear like, oh, hey, Luke Campbell, he's a gold medalist, though. Yeah, but he's a gold medalist. If his gold medal was so important, then why did he lose 2 times as a pro? Why did he lose to somebody who's far lesser than the Lomachenko? See, you guys don't ask the right questions. So I'm not disrespecting the Olympics. I'm not disrespecting somebody with a gold medal. That's cool, but that's its own entity. That's its, like, if that was the end all be all, just going to the Olympics and medaling, why did Audley Harrison get knocked out by Deontay Wilder? Wilder only has a bronze medal, started boxing late, and they said he was a sloppy fighter. And in 1 round, Wilder knocked Audley Harrison out in the first round, I believe. And Audley Harrison has a gold medal. It doesn't work like that. Because Luke Campbell, if his gold medal was the end all be all you had to do was medal, then how come he lost to a guy, Van Mindy or whatever the dude's name is? Why is he losing to Jorge Linares, guys that don't have gold medals? That gold medal doesn't mean that. Why did Lomachenko lose to Salido? Salido got knocked out in his pro fight. The very first fight Salido fought in Mexico, he got knocked out. His pro debut. Look it up. And he got knocked out after that. And he lost to Juan Manuel Marquez. And he lost bad to Gamboa. And he lost bad to Mikey Garcia. And he got knocked down 4 times before a nose break ended the fight. So Loma has the most decorated amateur pedigree that you can have. 400 something fights, damn near. And 2 gold medals. And he still lost to a motherfucker who grew up fighting in Mexico at club level until he got to the world level and started making noise and beating Juanma Lopez's and stuff, and bounced back from losses to like Gamboa and Mikey and shit like that. So obviously that alone shows you that it's not just about having gold medals, because when it comes to amateurs, Lomachenko is the most accomplished that you can really be. 2 gold medals. Difference is, here's another scenario. Oh my God, this is what I live for, this new media shit. If I'm lying, Somebody step up in this hot seat with me, and we gonna go bar for bar, and we gonna see how I'm lying. That beautiful black queen, Clarissa Shields, she, as a female, set history for America by capturing 2 gold medals, factually. 2 different Olympic games, she got gold medals. The Olympics only comes every 4 years. She got 2. Clarissa Shields is younger than Vasyl Lomachenko. See, people forget this. Clarissa Shields is like 24, 25 maybe. You know, let me pull it up for Clarissa. T-Rex is 24 years old. She was born in she's born in my month, March 17th. So she just turned 24 in March. She just fought for undisputed at age 24, a fresh 24. March 17th is her St. Patty's Day. So when so basically the day after Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia, because I remember the next day was St. Patty's Day. The day after Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia, she turned 24. At age 24, with 2 gold medals, she has already beaten somebody who was ranked, who was supposed to have a killer jab, and was bigger than her for undisputed. At age 24, and she just turned 24. She turned 24 on St. Patty's Day. Again, to put it in perspective, the day after Errol Spence beat Mikey Garcia. So she was just 23. When she was in training camp, she was 23. Fresh 24. She's already beating someone who has way more fights than her. Clarissa Shields has 10 fights. 10 fights. Now it's 11, I think. When they fought, she had 10 fights, only 2 knockouts, I think. And Christina Hammer was bigger, visibly, was supposed to be the better boxer with 24 fights and undefeated. So you tell me who Lomachenko has fought with that type of momentum and size advantage, older, bigger. Christina Hammer is listed at like 5'11". Shields is 5'8". So 5'8" versus 5'11". A 24-year-old versus Hammer, who's 28. You know, Christina Hammer has a 71-inch reach. Clarissa Shields has a 68-inch reach. And Clarissa Shields outboxed the girl who was supposed to outbox her with a record of 24-0. And Christina Hammer had more knockouts. She had 11 knockouts. She still does. She had more knockouts than Clarissa Shields even had fights. Right? And she was undefeated. And she was coming off a TKO. She stopped a chick in like the 2nd round or some shit. And she was undefeated. And just to put this in perspective for you, shout out to Kylie Reese. She beat her. Kylie Reese. So, I know I'm destroying old media. I know it. Kylie Reese, shout out to her. She fought Cecilia Brækhus on the Triple G versus Vondas Monteiro. I know we were at the hotel lobby, the little bar at the hotel. Everyone was just chilling. I talked to her. Me and my peoples, we were there. We were just talking to her, chopping it up. And she's basically, Kylie Reese is the girl that dropped on the Triple G Vondas card at the StubHub, a fight I went to. She dropped Cecilia Brækhus. And Christina Hammer has a win over her. The girl that dropped Cecilia Brækhus. Kylie Reese, who's a good fighter, you know. Because some people were even saying that, Cecilia Brækhus lost that fight. You get what I'm saying? They were saying Cecilia Brækhus lost to Kylie Reese. And she fought her twice. And beat her twice. So what are we talking about? But once again, people are saying, oh, Lomachenko, look how many. Why aren't they saying that for Clarissa Shields? She's younger. She still has 2 gold medals like Lomachenko at a younger age. And she just fought for undisputed. When has Lomachenko fought for undisputed? And even if he fights for undisputed now, the WBC, if Mikey Garcia doesn't travel back to lightweight, then he's fighting for a free belt. He's not fighting a champion. He's fighting against Luke Campbell, who had a shot at a belt with Jorge Linares and lost. So what are we talking about? That's what I'm saying. And then Richard Comey just got a belt. He fought for a vacant belt. See, Richard Comey, another guy, he had a good fight with Robert Easter, but he fought for a belt and came up short. He fought for a vacant belt, and then later it came back around, and he fought some random guy and beat him by knockout for the belt. So we're talking about champions, but we're talking about name the champions at lightweight that are established. That's why you can fight a Teofimo or a Mikey Garcia, and even if they're champions or not, you'll get more clout. Even a Devin Haney, you'll get more clout by fighting these guys, champion or not, because the champions aren't proven. There's no champion that are at lightweight right now that are on a tear. Richard Comey just fought for the belt. He fought for a vacant belt this year. I'm looking at it right now. February 2nd, 2019. He fought, I think it was on the Sergey Kovalev card with Eliter Alvarez. I think it might have been on that card. So he fought Issa Chaniev, who had a record of 13-1, and he knocked him out. And that's how he became a champion. So basically, this is how they try to trick you. Richard Comey, let's say Lomachenko fights Richard Comey. So Richard Comey, oh my God, I'm destroying the old media. I know it hurts. I know it hurts. That's why they leave in other comments about Wilder and stuff, because I know it hurts. Check it. Let me unpack this. We unpacked. Richard Comey fought for a vacant IBF February 2nd of this year. Then in that fight, he got injured. So once again, yes, you could say he's a champion, but he's a champion by beating who? Somebody from a vacant, off of a vacant belt. And you beat a guy who had already been beaten before that's really unknown. Issa Chaniev, who has already had a loss. And because you knocked him out because he happened to be rated. And then now we're talking about Lomachenko and Richard Comey. But when Richard Comey had the first opportunity to fight for a belt, it was with Robert Easter for that same belt. And guess what? He lost the fight. So he fought for a title and he lost. And then he lost his next fight after that. So once again, Comey's cool, but he's not a proven, he's a puncher, but he's not a proven. They're going to sell it as a lightweight champion. But what they're not telling you is they're making it sound like he's been a champion. Like, for example, Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's been a champion since 2016 or some shit when he fought Bermain Stavern. Okay, so let me go to Deontay Wilder. I'm going to show you this championship shit. Deontay Wilder has been a champion since January 17th, 2015. So I was actually a year off. So basically, the year Mayweather fought Pacquiao, the very first month of that year in January. So he's been a champion by beating Bermain Stavern, who was a champion, not for a vacant belt. He fought Bermain Stavern, who was the champion. And then he has since fought Eric Molina, Johan Duhaupas, Artur Spilka, Chris Arreola, and it wasn't supposed to be Chris Arreola. His opponent, Alexander Povetkin, failed a drug test. Then his other opponent failed a drug test, the guy from the Polish guy, Artur Wawowski. So he fought an undefeated Gerald Washington. Then he fought Bermain Stavern. Then he fought Luis Ortiz. Then he fought Tyson Fury. So you see, that's like 8 title defenses. And then it kept getting better and better. Gerald Washington undefeated. He took his O. Then he beat the guy who went the decision with him violently in the first round, Bermain Stavern. Then he knocked out Luis Ortiz. And then he had a draw with Tyson Fury. So that's 8 title defenses. Richard Comey just became a champion in February and then got injured. So we haven't seen him fight anybody else. So this is how they tried to play you. This is how they tried to swindle the public, because it's going to be billed as a championship fight, which it is, but they're not telling you that this guy just became a champion. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with Jose Pedraza. So it's looking like Lomachenko's running through a division like, oh shit, he's just collecting all the belts. But the reality of it, Jose Pedraza, oh man, you guys are getting killed. January 14th, 2017, at 1:30, Tank Davis, Gervonta Davis stepped up and knocked him out in the 7th in a dominant one-sided fight. He moved up after that fight and had 1-2 low-level fights against Jose Luis Rodriguez with a record of 23-11, right? And then he fought Antonio Moran with a record of 23-2. That was on the Crawford Jeff Horn card. And then he got a title shot at Ray Beltran in Arizona, and that was his biggest win at 135. And then he beat him by decision. He knocked Beltran down and hurt him in the 11th, beat him by unanimous decision. Immediately after, he fought Lomachenko. So he became a champion in August of 2018 by beating Ray Beltran. He fought Lomachenko December 8th, 2018. So the end of August to December 8th. So August 25th, he became a champion. September, October, November, and then by December 8th, so 3.5 months after becoming a champion, his first fight was Vasily Lomachenko. That's, if you don't see the pattern here, bro, I don't know what to tell you. I have no idea what to tell you. The pattern is this. These guys they're champions because the division, they're ranked, and then they're fighting for belts, and they've been a champion for like 2-3 months. So yeah, it's not the same as Usyk unifying cruiserweight. Usyk went through a tournament of all of the best guys, and he emerged. Then he got the guy out of there, Tony Bellew, who was a champion that moved up to heavyweight and won twice at heavyweight versus David Haye. That's dramatically different. That's dramatically different than Lomachenko unifying at lightweight. But that's not what they're telling you. And they're not going to tell you that. See, in this day and age, clever matchmaking, they don't want to tell you the path. They just want to tell you, and you know, it is what it is. It's a cool strategy from a business perspective, but you have to know your boxing to understand it. So you're fighting a champion, which is true. You know, no one can take that away, but you're not fighting proven champions. So to me, that's why I want to see him fight like Mikey Garcia, who would be the most out of all the guys that Mikey has done more than all the guys that he has conquered at lightweight. Period. I wouldn't pick Mikey to lose to anybody at lightweight that Lomachenko has beaten. Not Pedraza, not Jorge Linares, and definitely not Anthony Corolla. So this is the difference. This is the difference. That's what they're not telling you. So it's not just about these guys are champions. It's like who's proven. Like Joshua, he's a proven champion at this point because he got the belt when he fought Charles Martin, and he's fought Klitschko, and he's fought Joseph Parker at least, you know. And before he became a champion, he even fought Dillian White. So we could say he's at least a valid champ, even though he only fought Charles Martin to get the first belt. You know, he fought enough times so we see he's a champion. You gotta respect him for as that. You know what I'm saying? But Richard Comey, he don't have title defenses like Joshua. You know, Joshua defended his title and fought for a vacant title versus Klitschko. Richard Comey ain't done that. It's not like Richard Comey fought and beat Teofimo and then he's fighting Lomachenko. It's not like Richard Comey even rematched Robert Easter and then beat him, or fought against Devin Haney and beat him and then now he's advancing to Lomachenko, or fought against Ryan Garcia and then now he's advancing, or fought against Devin Haney, or, you know, one of these guys. That's the difference. This is the part that they conveniently leave out, and there's a reason for that. It's like when you buy something small print. It's like small print. You're like, oh, for only $4. Like, here's an example. If you buy something on credit cards, they'll be like 18 months, 0% interest rate. But what they don't advertise and blow up, they just put it in real small print and you got to read the terms and conditions, is those credit card offers, 12 months, 18 months, no financing. Most of them, if you haven't paid the balance off, if you haven't paid that balance off by the time that promotion expires, they will charge you back interest for the whole duration. So it's no different than not even getting that promotion, because you'll, like, let's say you bought an iMac computer and it was $2,000 and you got a 12-month, 1 year, no interest from Best Buy on a Best Buy card. If you have not paid back that amount to the principal, to that $1,000, so not just your minimum payments, but if you haven't paid off that $1,000 purchase, that receipt, then you will get the finance charge, like it's like back child support. They will. I used to work at a credit card company. They'll get you the interest that you would have accrued from the date of purchase all the way to a year later, and then you'll just see a lump sum charge for not completing it within the promotional period. That's what they don't advertise. The signs. I used to work retail, Best Buy, Sears, Lowe's, all these places, and a credit card company. So they'll advertise 12 months no interest, which is factual. They will give you 12 months no interest, but they don't blow up the fact that, you about to be fucked up if you don't pay that shit off. And that's what they want to catch you slipping. That's the same concept here. He's fighting champions, but if anybody's so inclined and does the research and or knows boxing, then you'll know these guys are brand new champions who haven't even showed the resolve to hold their title against people not named Lomachenko. Does this make sense to you guys? Wow, he said like those 10 CDs for a penny from the 90s from Columbia House. Wow, I really remember those in magazines and shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, so you got to read the fine print. That's what it's clear what Top Rank is doing with that. So now it looks like Lomachenko ran through a bunch of people to become undisputed, but that's not the case. That's why me personally, I would rather see fights. If you're going to say he's pound for pound number one, I'd rather see fights that I think are better fights, bigger fights, and better stylistically so I can rate him. Because once again, if he fights Luke Campbell already had a title shot with Jorge Linares and he got dropped and he lost that fight. Richard Comey already had a title fight, and guess what? He got dropped and he lost that fight to Robert Easter. So it really proves more beating somebody, to me, who's not even a champion, based on there's really no difference. Because okay, put it this way. Tell me if I'm lying. I'm destroying y'all. If Teofimo fought Jose Luis Rodriguez with a record of 23-11, Antonio Moran, and then Ray Beltran, who had a record of 35-7 and 1, would he have beaten those guys? Do you think Teofimo is capable of beating Jose Luis Rodriguez, Antonio Moran, and Ray Beltran? Do those seem like guys that would stop or beat Teofimo? Please let me know. Do any of those names sound familiar that you think they would beat? That you think they would beat Teofimo? Nope. Teofimo wins. Exactly. So if Teofimo was given the opportunity, he would be the person with that belt that Pedraza had. Now let's look at Richard Comey. Like, this is the other person that they're saying he could fight. Richard Comey became a champion by fighting Issa Chenev with the 13-1 record and a 40% knockout ratio. Let me show I'm gonna just do it like this. I'm gonna show you. New media shit. If Teofimo fought this cat, would he win? This is who Richard Comey fought to become a champion. He had a record of 13-1 at the time he fought Richard Comey, and he has 6 knockouts. So he only has 13 fights. See, this was wow. I didn't even know he had so few fights. So that's wow. He had 15 fights. Oh, actually 14 at the time he fought Richard Comey. This is who Richard Comey knocked out to be a champion. So, come on, bro. That guy had 14 fights. That's right up there on par with Teofimo. And it looks like just off of rip, he has less power than Teofimo. So that's who Richard Comey fought to be a champion. So once again, and he hasn't fought any, he got a knuckle injury. So he hasn't fought anyone else to show that he, you know, where he's at, because he had a title shot with Robert Easter for the vacant belt. He lost and he got dropped in that fight, and he made Robert Easter's glove touch, so he technically dropped Robert Easter. Good fight, but he lost. So he didn't become a champion then. Then he lost his next fight to Denis Shafikov. Then he fought some unheralded people, and then that's who he fought to become a champion. So once again, what Top Rank's going to do is say, oh, Lomachenko, he's just unifying, and I'm giving him extra credit. That's what Max Kellerman is going to say. But look at who he's fighting. He's fighting Richard Comey, who already failed at a title shot, who became a champion by beating It's a Knife, or whatever the dude's name is. It's a Knife. You know, whoever that guy is, who only had 14 fights and 6 knockouts or 4, whatever it was. That's who he fought to become a champion. So, like I said, this is all politics. If Teofimo had been given the opportunity, he would have been a champion, because that's where the lightweight. It's not like Richard Comey beat Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, you know, Tank, or somebody who's just real. Mikey Garcia. He beat someone random that happened to be ranked. This is how they do with these rankings and shit, bro. And the dude already had a loss in 13 fights. So what does that tell you? Here, I'm gonna show you. I told you, we destroying old media. So he's a 26-year-old who, look, I'm going to show you. So, look, this is the guy. This is his record. He had a record of 13-1 at the time that he fought him. So he, in 14 fights, he already had a loss going into this fight. Somehow he was ranked for a title shot, and Richard Comey knocked him out. So he lost to Fedor Paparazzi right here. Fedor from Bellator with a record of 19-2. And this is who he already lost to in 2017. Somehow beating these people got him a shot at Richard Comey, and then he lost again. I seen that fight. I think it was on the Kovalev card. So if you put the same scenario, if you put Teofimo in that same position, I'm pretty sure he would have won too. He fought a guy that had already been beaten in 14 fights without even fighting. It's not like he was fighting Shane Mosley and shit. He wasn't even fighting no one, Fedor Paparazzi. So this is the setup. I'm telling you. I'm peeping. I'm telling you exactly how the play is set up. Same thing with Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell had a chance at a title. Why not give someone else a new chance at a title? They don't want to, because they know Teofimo's hungry. Luke Campbell had a chance with Jorge Linares to get a title. Now he gets another title shot, And he already lost to somebody else too. He has 2 losses. Richard Commey has 2 losses. Give Teofimo the title shot because he's a fresh face. He looks hungry, and he looks better than all these guys. He looks like he has a higher ceiling and higher boxing IQ with power and confidence. You know, he looks like he has, you know, more. That's why it's not just about champions unless you know the pedigree of the champion. That's what it boils down to. Like dog food, it boils down to the pedigree. That's what we're talking about here. I want to see who these champions are. Commey just beat a guy in February, and he's been a champion, and he's been on the sidelines because he's injured. That's a brand new champion. So if you throw him in there with Lomachenko, that's cool, but what does that really prove? So again, I don't care just about belts because there's too many belts in boxing, and it's depending on when strings are pulled, it's too easy to come up on these belts. Because I don't even know how's Ryan Garcia not get to fight Richard Commey? How's Devin Haney didn't get the opportunity to fight Richard Commey? You know? And then this Issa China, he fights him. You know what I'm saying? Because he fought somebody for the IBF Intercontinental Shawn Michaels Sweet Chin Music belt. So he was ranked. That's why. So, yes, if you fight Luke Campbell, it doesn't matter if he's ranked. It doesn't matter if he's a gold medalist. He already has 2 losses. Same with Commey, 2 losses. These guys have already tried for titles and came up short. So why do I want to see them against Lomachenko? More so than an in-house fight with Teofimo, who's a whole different style. He may not have a title right now, but he hasn't been given the opportunity. Lomachenko got a title in his second pro fight. If Top Rank made Commey versus Teofimo, he might be a champion now. If they made Issa China versus Teofimo, he might be a champion. If they put champion Ray Beltran in with Teofimo, he might be a champion. I think he could beat these guys. If they put Pedraza, who is a champion for 2.5 months before he fought Lomachenko, if they put Pedraza, who Tank stopped at 130, if they put him in with Teofimo, then he could have been a champion just too. But they didn't move Teofimo like that. But I really think Teofimo would have beat Pedraza. In fact, Teofimo, the way he tells it, Pedraza was offered the fight after the Lomachenko loss, and he said no, he don't want to fight him. So, bottom line is, this is the setup. This is how they try to, it's a title fight, and, we don't care about undisputed and unifications if we don't know any of the people and no one's had the belt for any length of time to the point where we can even give you credit as a champion. That's what I'm saying. This stuff doesn't even make sense. So, yeah, seeing someone hold all these belts, like even Joshua, at least we seen him go through Klitschko to get and maintain 2 of them belts. At least we seen him fight and beat Joseph Parker to get another belt. That means something. Charles Martin, that fight doesn't mean as much because Charles Martin wasn't really known. But we got to see these guys. They're trying to sell the appearance of a champion, but these guys aren't really proven champions. They really aren't. How are you a proven champion if you didn't walk through hell by fighting some crazy person? You fought for a vacant title and you were a champion for 2 months, and then the person you fought with the vacant title, we don't even know who that was, or the person had 7 losses like Ray Beltran. You know what I'm saying? He was a champion, but he has 7 losses. Well, how come Ray Beltran didn't beat Terrence Crawford when they fought? So, again, this is how they try to manipulate it to make it look like, just like they're doing with Tyson Fury. He's getting all this money, and they're trying to, he's ranked in 2 sanctioning bodies. That's what they're using to hype it up, to make you, oh, shit, okay, this guy's ranked. But we don't even know how they're getting these rankings. That's why when I tell you this stuff, it makes sense. That's why I'm telling you, Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan, I will give the winner of that fight more credit than Anthony Corolla losing to Lomachenko. You know why? Because I know a lot more about Amir Khan. If we're talking Brit for Brit, Amir Khan has accomplished a whole shit ton more than Anthony Corolla. Amir Khan has some respectable wins. He really beat Lamont Peterson, in my opinion, but the 2-point deduction fucked him. But even fights that he won for sure, that they gave it to him, he destroyed Devin Alexander and like skunked him. I don't even think I gave Alexander a round. Luis Collazo, that was a good win because Collazo's not a good, easy guy to look good against. Collazo was also hurt. That's why I know you don't know shit about boxing, because everyone keeps talking about Khan's chin. Collazo got dropped 3 times in that fight, and Keith Thurman was running around like a chicken with his head cut off when Collazo landed that body shot. Collazo, he got shut out by Khan. So everyone keeps talking about the glass chin of Khan and all this, but guess what? Khan didn't even have no signs of wear and tear versus Keith Thurman, a respected champion that we don't say has a glass chin. He was the one looking crazy when he fought Collazo after Khan. You know, Khan beat Chris Algieri. Khan beat Maidana. That's a big win. He beat Kotelnik when he was relevant. He has a win over Marco Antonio Barrera. He beat Zab Judah by stoppage. So, yeah. And he gave Canelo a run for his money before he was brutally knocked out. I gave Khan more rounds than I gave Canelo. But then, obviously, the knockout erased everything. So, yeah, Terrence Crawford, if he beats Amir Khan, because I know Khan. Like, I know more about Khan. I know he's a silver medalist. What medal did Corolla get? Toyota Corolla. Name a person like Maidana or Devin Alexander that Corolla beat. Exactly. You know, Khan at least was doing good versus Danny Garcia. Win, lose, or draw. He was doing good versus Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? So I know a whole lot more about Khan than Corolla. So I can make a fair assessment. Richard Comey just beat Issa Knife. I don't even know who that guy is. Nobody's really seen him. He already had a loss in 14 fights against another person I don't know, Fedor. So how can I really say that Richard Comey is this upstanding mega champion? If Richard Comey knocked out Mikey Garcia to get that strap instead of Issa Knife, then I would give him props. Because, oh shit, he destroyed Mikey. But it's hard for me to consider that as like this crazy experienced champion when he already failed at becoming a champion versus Robert Easter when the first time he had the ranking and the title shot. And then he just beat some random guy that happened to be ranked that I don't know. You know, Luke Campbell, gold medal or not, failed at becoming a champion when he fought Jorge Linares. And then now, you know, he's getting a second crack at it, possibly with Lomachenko. So, you know, the fight, maybe they'll be cool. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But I'd rather go with something that my gut is telling me is a better fight. You know? And the other thing is Lomachenko never cared about unifying before. He never had more than one belt in his past 2 divisions. Now you get up to lightweight where the champions are looking weak or inexperienced or have losses. Now all of a sudden you want to unify. But when Miguel Berchelt, Tank Davis, and Machado were the champions, that's a better lineup of dope fights at 130 than Linares, Pedraza, Richard Comey, and then Mikey vacating and Luke Campbell versus you. Tell me Berchelt, Tank Davis, and Machado wouldn't have been good, tougher fights at 130. I see the games. I see how they're trying to play it, bro. That's why I can't, until I see that trend change, then I can't put him in the top. I can't. I could just say he's a good fighter, like I've been. You won't fight Pacquiao, too old. Won't fight T.O., too young. You know? Mikey Garcia, you say he sucks and this and no mas, but we don't get to see the fight for whatever reason. You won't go up to 47. We know that's out of the question. So you ain't fighting Crawford. So you got to fight somebody that we all respect with momentum, you know, now that the guys are your size or bigger. Floyd been fighting bigger guys than him and been destroying them. Lomachenko, I've yet to see him fight a guy that was significantly bigger, very skilled, and undefeated, and had momentum and activity like they'd been actively fighting. Like Canelo. When Floyd fought Canelo Alvarez, he was coming off of an Austin Trout fight in April, because Canelo fought Austin Trout in April. Floyd fought Robert Guerrero in May because he had the Cinco de Mayo date. And then Mayweather and Canelo fought each other in September. So Canelo was an undefeated, bigger champion who had knocked out Carlos Baldomir, dominated Shane Mosley, beat the guys of Jose Cito Lopez, and his most recent win that same year was probably one of his better wins, an undefeated southpaw that people thought could give or beat him in Austin Trout. Austin Trout had just recently beaten Miguel Cotto and made him look horrible. That was one of Cotto's worst performances, you know? So that was a good fight at that time, and Canelo beat him. So Mayweather beating an active, younger, someone who's 10, 13 years younger than you, active, bigger guy, that's an accomplishment. Lomachenko beating guys who fought for titles and came up way short and ain't really climbed back up by fighting elite level lightweights. That's not, I can't, that doesn't really show me nothing. That's why if Terrence Crawford could beat Amir Khan, that's going to show me something, because I know what Amir Khan's pros and cons are. Get it? Amir Khan's pros and cons. Never mind. Like I said, why did he even move up to 135? There was work at 130. There were better fights at 130. More proven champion. Miguel Berchelt even. He beat Francisco Vargas. Okay, now we're talking. Francisco Vargas beat Takashi Miura. Francisco Vargas is a warrior. And Berchelt knocked him out. Mickey Roman knocked out Orlando Salido and had him stealing beers at 7-Eleven. You know, cervezas. He was stealing Tecates. And then Miguel Berchelt knocked out Mickey Roman. Now we're talking. So we're talking about somebody who's had some appearances in recent good fights. Tank, you already know what that is with him. Shout out to Money Pal. Yeah, he did great. That guy was punk that he was fighting, trying to sucker punch him, or he did sucker punch him. That was weak. That's what. See, look at me and Cursor be on the same page, bro. He said Loma didn't even need to move up. That's what. See, and this is the thing. I thought the narrative was Lomachenko was moving up because he couldn't make 130 anymore. But then now they're talking about, oh, look at his legs, look at his frame. And I'm like, what? And they're like, he needs to move back down to 130. This ain't his true weight. He's really a featherweight. I thought he couldn't make the weight. Why did he even move any? You know what I'm saying? Who moves out of a division that's popping? That's like Errol Spence moving out of the division when he has popping fights that he hasn't even tackled. I can understand it if you can't make weight. That's a great question, Ego. I'm going to just start talking to myself in third person because I know I'm killing it right now. Why did Lomachenko move 130? If the new narrative is that he's too small for 135, he has little legs, as Tim Bradley said, right? And Andre Ward checked him. He's like, no, is that what you're doing, Tim? He's like, if he's not a 35-pounder, why don't he fight at 130? So somebody answer that. Because I was always under the impression he moved out of 130 because it was becoming harder to make the weight. So now, knowing what we know now, that Bob Arum said Loma's a true featherweight. Tim Bradley said he had little legs and he don't have the frame to keep moving up, and he don't have the frame for this weight class. Then why'd he move up out of 130 when it was more popping big name fights with Tank, Berchelt, and Machado? These got Machado and Berchelt. Machado don't have a belt anymore, but at the time he did. Machado's with Freddie Roach. They're all on DAZN. They're with Golden Boy, and Berchelt is, I don't know who he's with. Maybe Top Rank, but I seen him fight on a Top Rank card. Seen him fight Mickey Roman on a Top Rank card, so I'm assuming he might be with them. So you have big in-house fights that you can fight people on your streaming platform, and you moved out of 130 for what? Shout out to Dos Equis. See, Eagles Army is savage. He said the same reason Santa Cruz and Carl Frampton moved up to get away from Rigondeaux. Exactly. And Scott Quigg. Everybody left the division and left Rigondeaux there. So if you can't see this pattern then I don't know what to tell you. It sounds like you're a man fan, because everything I'm saying is fact. This is what they don't do with old media. I'm spending time elaborating and breaking down I told you, we on a tear. I'm going to break this down to a molecule. I'm not just out here saying whatever because it feels good. They are. So if I'm lying, you tell me more facts than I just gave you. There were great fights at 130, dangerous fights, bigger fights, in terms of fanfare. Mexican fight fans would probably get behind Miguel Berchelt versus Lomachenko, especially if you market it. Top Rank's good at that. Put that in Texas, some shit like that. That shit would be popping. Why was that not under considered? So you think what would do better in Texas? Because Texas is a big state, and I like Texas. Lomachenko versus Miguel Berchelt in Texas, where I think he fought Mickey Roman. Lomachenko versus Miguel Berchelt in a unification at 130, had he not moved up, in Texas, or Jose Pedraza, couple fights after Lomachenko, or after Tank knocked him out in Texas. Luke Cage or Campbell Soup or whatever versus Lomachenko in Texas, right? Richard Comey versus Lomachenko in Texas. Jorge Linares versus Lomachenko in Texas. What do you think would have the better crowd? Like from a business, because everyone says it's a business, right? Exactly. The Berchelt fight. That's what I'm saying. So it's clear that they're steering away from certain things. It's being marketed and pushed down our throats. So I'm not falling for it. Loma is going to stay this way. Loma is a good fighter, but I got to see him in with stylistically guys that I even give a snowball's chance in hell to give him any problems. Once again, old media, please step up. If now the narrative is Lomachenko is a small-framed, true featherweight, and he's too small, and his legs are too little, and he might go back down to 130 now that the fights are getting hard, right? Why did he leave 130 to begin with? I don't even get it now, because I just thought about this. This is an ingenious point that no one has answered. Please answer it, please. Why did he leave 130? Most of the time, people leave 130 to pursue A, bigger and better money fights, or B, they can't make the weights. Why did he leave when there was more credible champions with title defenses and bigger fights at 130, name-wise? Now, Mikey Garcia, if he fought him at 35, that would be the biggest fight, but he didn't fight him. And most likely, Mikey, from my sources, they said he's vacating. So most likely that fight's not happening next in September. So someone please tell me why he left 130 if he can still make the weight. Like I said, normally people move because they can't make the weight anymore. Like Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez. He told you. He said, oh, yeah, I'm making weight, but it's hard. It's hard. He was like, yeah, I moved to light heavy. Like, he's telling you, like, bro, I can't make this weight no more. And then they said he rehydrated to 196. So he needed to move up. So what did Lomachenko move up for? Please tell me. Sean Torre is going ham. He said, ego, Lomachenko left 130 because he's a coward. This guy says Pacquiao's too old. The ducking is real. Cursor says facts. They will have no answer. All I need is a logical answer. Loma the calculated duck. See, they always say, when I say stuff, I'm hating. But no one can answer any of these questions. Who moves weight when they can still make the weight? When they're a true... Bob Arum has an interview where he says Lomachenko is a true featherweight. And they said, what about Jose Ramirez? He has an upcoming fight. What about Jose Ramirez and Lomachenko at 140? Arum says... I don't see that because Lomachenko, he's really a featherweight who could go back down. So the excuse in the narrative for the pound for pound guy is that he's really a featherweight. He really belongs at 130. Loma out his own mouth said that. He said my best weight is 130. That's what he said. So why did you move up from 130? I don't even get it. We could get this Tank fight rocking right now at 130. Why did you move? Why? I don't understand what. And then now you're talking about you want to unify at 135. This ain't making sense. Now somebody got to explain it. I really need an answer to this. So Andre Ward was right too. See, now y'all done fucked up because you got me thinking, man. Listen, I told you my mind is a dangerous place. Now let's talk about it. Why do people move up? If you guys can think of another reason why people move up, other than there's no work at their current division and they're pursuing the money fights at higher divisions because there's better fights and better money fights up there, or they can no longer make weight. They're like David Lemieux. He's tapped out. He can't make 160. He keeps failing. So I can understand him moving up. Despite there being good fights at 160 for him, like Jamal Charlo or whoever, he's moving up. That's because he cannot make weight. So you guys tell me another reason why someone will move up when there's better fights and bigger money fights outside of Mikey Garcia, a guy that Lomachenko hasn't fought, outside of Teofimo, another guy that Lomachenko hasn't fought. Tell me another reason outside of pursuing bigger and greater challenges and money fights that someone who hasn't unified. It's not like Terrence Crawford, he became undisputed and then he moved up because he had done everything. Why stay there? It's on to the next one. So without unifying, tell me another reason other than two I've given. You can't make weight, or there's bigger fights and you're in a lackluster division and you're pursuing legacy fights or big money fights. What's another reason to move out of the division? Now they're trapped because Top Rank is telling you that he's really, they're making this cop out. That's why I said it's a narrative. They're saying that Lomachenko is really not a lightweight. He's a featherweight or a 130 pounder, and the weight's too much because his performances are suffering outside of the Corolla fight, which was the worst of the three fights that he fought. The guy that we gave the least chance, the guy on the sports book that was 100, 150 to 1 underdog. Right now, all of a sudden the walls are closing in and he's not of this weight. They're trying to justify it. But my thing is, no one told you to move up. Why'd you even move up? These aren't good signs, people. These aren't good signs. And see, this is the thing. ESPN can say whatever they want, but this defeats the whole purpose of pound for pound. If you move up, fights get tougher, minus the one where you were 100 to 1 favorite. And then the other fights are tougher, and then you move back down. How are you pound for pound then? How are you pound for pound? Not even pound for pound. How are you pound for pound number one? Please let me know. How can you be pound for pound number one and you're fighting guys who are unproven champions or potentially fighting unproven champions, or you did fight an unproven champion in Pedraza? Luke Campbell already challenged, so he'd just be a ranked guy that you're fighting for a vacant title. And then they're going to try to sell this. Richard Comey been a champion since February of this year with no title defenses because he got injured. This does not make any sense. Cursor says it's actually sad. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't. I'm from the Bay, bruh. You can't swindle Bay Area dudes like that. You can't out hustle a hustler. You got to make this make sense. And again, why would Lomachenko even leave 130? They betting on same or more views for less chances. So then you're admitting that he's taking less risks. Profit. we the new media. He said, I heard people and man fans saying he couldn't get championship fights at 130. Okay. Why won't Breazeale take it? Has anyone ever heard let's say Tanky, Leonard Ellerby, whatever. Let's say he can't get that fight right now. What about Machado? I never heard nothing about Machado when he was a champion saying he wouldn't fight Lomachenko. You know, I never heard Andrew Cancio, and that happened after. I never heard Breazeale say, hey, fuck that, I ain't fighting Loma. I ain't heard that. You know what I'm saying? And who cares, because the best fight, the most meaningful championship fight is Mikey Garcia at 135, and you can't get that either. So what's the difference? And then again, how are you expecting to get it if Bob Arum is insulting Al Heyman? That's not a good way to make fights. So that's the official breakdown. And once again, new media lays it down. They have nothing to say. I don't care about dislikes. I don't care about angry comments after the fact. If you're not here live in the flesh to debate this in the hot seat and tell me a better way of thinking about all this stuff, and you tell me your reality of what makes sense and how I'm lying, then I know what I need to know. Why did Lomachenko move 130? It just makes no sense. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't leave the division when no one told you to leave the division. And then when the fights get tougher, say, hey, this is not my true weight. I really belong at 130. Then why'd you go to 135? And then on top of that, you're saying you're staying at 135 to unify. Conveniently, when the champions are unestablished champions. Like, for example, let's say I was a 168-pound fighter. And there were plenty of fights at 168 that I could fight. Let's say Gilberto Ramirez was there. I had Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, like killers. And I could make any of these fights. I could still make 168, but I decide to go to 175. Then that wouldn't be bad because there's killers up at 175 too. You got Kovalev, Anthony Yard, Artur Beterbiev. You got Vodstick. You know what I'm saying? You had Adonis Stevenson. You got Marcus Brown. Things like that. So that wouldn't be that bad because, yeah, you could fight Benavidez, Caleb Plant, and Ramirez, or you can move up and there's dangerous fights there too. But if you go from like 168, where there's David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, Jose Uzcategui, Durrell, and dangerous fights, and then you move up to light heavyweight and there's nobody there, then that's something different. But that's not the case. You know, Bevo's up there at 175. Joe Smith Jr. is a dangerous fight just because he has power. Sullivan Barrera still, you know, he's still up there. So there's some dangerous light heavies. Beterbiev and, you know, Bevo, Vodstick. There's dangerous fights. Anthony Yard, his coach seems to think he's more skilled than Andre Ward, right? So there's work up there. So it doesn't matter because you can't escape it. You're gonna either have to fight Caleb Plant, Uzcategui, and David Benavidez, or move or Gilberto Ramirez, who just moved up to 75 now. You know, but that's not the case. 130 has some good names, big fights, big money fights, strong champions, guys who had title defenses, guys who have been champions longer than 2-3 months, more respected guys, more rated guys, and you move up to a division that don't have that. Stop it. Yeah, smash the like button, people. So that tells me what I need to know. This is strategic, and this is picking around. And then the funny thing is you have talented black fighters that don't get the promotion that I always talk about. And then the funny thing is hey, bro, I don't know why we only have this amount of likes. I don't know if YouTube is, because some people said they were hitting the like and it was going away. We got to get them likes up ASAP. I don't know what the fuck this is. Look, I need everyone to cycle through the likes ASAP. Bro, YouTube is playing, bro. Everybody hit the like button right now. I'm trying to check on this, bro. This don't even seem right. I've been bumping my gums and shit. Bro, it's staying the same. Are you guys hitting the like button? Daryl Zapata. See, that's what I'm saying. He said mine was just gone. Yeah, this is clearly YouTube. I keep refreshing it. I need one like to see if it's changing. My shit is not even changing, bro. Wow. That's how it is, YouTube? Okay. Look, I'm refreshing. This shit's not even changing. Wow. Yeah. But anyway. Like I said, you have talented black fighters that never get this type of credit. Talented brown fighters that never get this type. People sleep on Canelo. Look at what Canelo did. He could have fought at 54 and tried to fight Jared Hurd, Jermell Charlo, Julian J. Rock Williams. You know, there's some good fights at 54 still. He moved up to 60 where he felt there was action. Fought Chavez Jr., fought Golovkin twice, moved up to 68, fought Rocky Fielding. Now he's fighting Daniel Jacobs. I respect that. He's not getting no credit for that. Nobody's saying, ESPN ain't saying he's number one. Look how they do the black and brown fighters. Canelo went from 54, 55. I'm sure it was killing him to make weight because he's real stocky. To another division that got work. And he started fighting the people. Triple G, he already fought him twice. Jacobs is already a scheduled fight. He's in training camp. They did the Jacobs media day today. And then he fought Chavez Jr. just as a grudge match at 164.5. You don't hear ESPN saying the number one pound for pound. So he didn't leave a division to evade challenges because there's equal challenges. You still got Andrade up there. You know, you got Derek Chan. You still got challenges up there, bro. Same thing with Andrade. He was at 54. He could have tried to pursue Jermell Charlo and Hurd, but he moved up, fought Alantez Fox, and now he's fighting at middleweight and he's a champion. Lomachenko didn't do that. He's not moving up to a division equal or greater to the division he just left. New media, I'm killing. That's the problem. He went to a division where it's like a bunch of nonsense going on. Like, you know, vacant belts and people who challenged for a title couldn't get it the first time. And then maybe come around the second time they got an opportunity. You know, and then there's guys like Mikey Garcia, who's the most proven out of all the guys he could fight at lightweight. Mikey would be the most decorated. Can't happen. It's not happening for whatever reason. Then you have a young hotshot like Teofimo, same network, not happening. Then you have options, money options like Pacquiao, not happening. And y'all motherfuckers had the audacity to be mad at Broner. I give it to Broner. I give it to Amir Khan. Whether they win or lose, these motherfuckers will fight anybody. Broner fought Pacquiao. Face looked clean afterwards. He lost, but he still... Y'all know I beat that boy. He still fought him. Lomachenko, Pacquiao said it would come down to 140. Lomachenko said, nah, I don't want to fight him, too old. And this is what y'all accept and tolerate. I'm out. Y'all wasting my time because I already know what it is.